Hey everybody, we're back. We are on an episode where today we're going to be talking about the solstice. In the northern hemisphere, we're in the summer solstice. In the winter in the winter hemisphere. That too. In the southern hemisphere, we are in winter solstice. So, let's start by talking about what's actually happening in the sky, especially because this particular solstice is very, very, very much about grounding all these high energies that we're experiencing and bringing in. So what's actually happening when we get to the solstice? Let's back up to winter solstice when we were talking about the sun has now reached the lowest point in its annual journey. And that was, so, and now is turning north to come north. So by the time that we get to the equinoxes, that's when the days are even in that spring and fall equinox. So we went through spring equinox, which was a fantastic one. And then when we get to June 21st, then the sun has reached as high north as it's going to go in the sky, like literally to go out and look at it. The highest that it's going to reach is on solstice at noon. And then it appears to stand still for 3 days and then reverses. It begins its journey back down toward divine feminine. Okay, so the word solstice itself actually means sun stands still. So the sun is at a standstill. And that's very, very, very powerful when any planet stops and changes directions. It slows down and it spends that same amount of time right there on that same energy point. It's like a laser beam of that energy coming towards us. And being our sun, the sun provides us our life force. So this is a very concentrated and really high energy, really pure and new energies coming in. But this is the masculine at its peak. So this is yang masculine, bright, assertive, peak performance, just peak performance, abundance, providing, and it will sit here for 3 days and then turn towards divine feminine. Clementine?
And why that is that we are now still in the masculine part when we record this. The way Robyn was telling, when it's going 3 days after the 21st, going to the divine feminine, that's the way at least the Andean people look at this. And this has to do with the mesa we use. A mesa is a kind of personal altar. And when you look at it, when you sit in front of it, the east is the farthest away point. So it's a little bit different than many other people have their altar. They look at the north. We look at the east, and the west is close to us, and then is north at our left side, and south is at our right side. For us, the mesa is an entity. Yeah, it's something what is one of the most valuable things we have in this kind of work. So the sun is coming now from the south and going to the end point of the north. So, and that is when you see the mesa as an entity. So I'm now talking about the left side of the mesa, not my left side, but at the left side from the mesa is there where south is, and the right side of the mesa is there where north is. And the left side of the mesa is the divine feminine side. The right side of the mesa is the divine masculine side. And so from last solstice, the winter solstice, till this solstice, the sun is traveling towards the divine masculine. That's why we now at the peak of the masculine performance when we are recording this. This is the 20th of June. And so then the 21st is the solstice, then 3 days, no movement, and then it's going to the south. So that is the time of the divine feminine. I think it's better that we get towards the special things that happening right now for everybody. But there, before that, I first want to explain a little bit about portals. Well, we call that a portal. And you hear it all around on YouTube and everywhere that people are talking about portals. But almost nobody understands really what a portal means. So therefore, I try to explain. A portal is when I make a visual of a portal, I hope people know how the inside of an photo camera works. It has a diaphragm that goes close and open. And I see a portal like that. So the normal, it's closed, but now this solstice portal is open and goes even further open. And all the forces, all the energy, what's coming down from the sky and up from Mother Earth is easier to travel. So all the things what Robyn will talk about later, what special this solstice is all about, that can travel now easier through this portal because it's open. But that doesn't mean, and many people are becoming scared. Oh, I have to do it now, and when it's the 23rd and I'm too late and the portal is closed. You as a human being, you are also a portal. You can make that connection also. When we talked about talking about a closed portal, then it's just that it's just easier at that moment. And so all the cosmic forces that are important, and that specific a solstice, when we're talking now about a solstice, it is easier when that portal of the solstice is open. But when you want to connect with a special cosmic force, the 10th of July, that's still possible. That isn't, and so don't stress about it. It's just an opportunity that the forces are there, and that's a little bit easier. And that is with every portal this way. So don't stress out. I don't have time, or whatever it is that you are stressed out. And when I'm looking at zodiac signs in the sky, they are not gone. The 22nd, they are still there, so you can still connect with whatever zodiac sign. Robyn?
Okay. So one thing I do want to say though, um, the 3 days of standstill is not the day after. It's today, tomorrow, and the day out. So it's the 3 days that surround the actual solstice. So the solstice is on the 21st. So
So
the standstill is
the 20th, the 21st, and the 22nd. Okay.
yes. Yes. So those are our 3 standstill days. I call those the in-between days. To me, how I experience it, that is my maximum access to the portal. It's the easiest. It's everything is wide open and at full flow. So that's the easiest. But like you're saying, it doesn't just close and those energies disappear. They're always there and you are a portal, so you just go back and access it. So yay for that. Thank you, Clementine. That was a good point. Okay, the other thing that I want to kind of bring in is part of the cycle. It's the masculine feminine cycle, but um these dates that we're talking about coincide with Celtic and others, but most people are familiar with Celtic. So it's the Beltane was May 1st. Solstice is June 21st. And Lammas is August 2nd. Now, what those 3 points are in the cycle is why I'm trying to if people go out and do any research, you'll find that the summer solstice is called midsummer. So I'm explaining why summer solstice, which we consider the beginning of summer, is called midsummer. So it comes from the old pagan calendars where Beltane is the spring festival for fertility, so it's peak feminine. We're celebrating the feminine force um, of fertility and abundance. Then we get to solstice and we're celebrating the masculine force, peak abundance. So at Beltane is when Pachamama gets pregnant. That's spring, right? And then at summer is when full growth, where it's maximum growth as the baby is growing and the masculine is providing as pure abundance of summer, right? And then August 2nd, the baby is born. And for us, that's first harvest. Okay. So that is why it's called midsummer. And it still astronomically is the first day of summer because of how we just described the sun at the northern point. Okay. So longest day, most masculine, most amount of light, most amount of abundance, of doing, of achieving, of all the masculine principles. Okay, I think that's good for that. What in the northern okay, so people get confused with the solstice and the seasons. So northern and southern hemisphere. Everybody on the planet experiences the solstices and the equinoxes together. Is everybody is processing the same frequencies at the same time. And when we get to the north in the summer and we peak, that's our peak creative. So we're creating and nurturing what we've planted the seeds for. Okay. In the South, the form that that takes is they are at harvest, and so they are receiving and enjoying the rewards of what they've already created. So we see we're still using the same energy just a little bit differently because we're in a different season. Okay, but we're still all experiencing the solstice at the same time in the same manner. Okay, so everybody on the planet is now experiencing peak masculine energy, which is now turning toward feminine. Okay, so now let's get to the juicy astrology stuff. And I am not gonna get technical with it. I promise. I'm not going to get technical, but there's stuff I have to talk about that's going on. Okay. So I love you, Clementine. I'm like, I can just see people starting to panic. Oh, no, the astrology thing again. I am going to look at my notes to make sure because if I don't, then I get out on tangents and oh, let me explain this and this and this too. So, okay. So the astrology, let me just give you a little anchor of what I'm talking about. So if you listen to other astrologers, you'll understand what I'm referring to because I'm not covering all of the astrology around the solstice. I'm just covering the important ones that have to do with what we've already spoken about in the podcast. Okay, so the solstice itself is one of the most potent portals because everything is wide open and the sun, our vital force, or the sun that provides us our vital force, is at a standstill. So nature is at a pause, and that pause is a very pregnant pause, and the possibilities expand. Your potentials expand within that pause. So this is why it's really, really good if you can do it in real time. You have all of that extra power of the standstill. Okay, so that's the benefit of doing it in real time. And then the astrology of this particular surrounding this particular solstice, not just on that day, is it's bringing a new sense of belonging in your own body and a new dynamic relationship between that body and Pachamama's body, Mother Earth's body. Okay, so Mother Earth's body is being upgraded. We are being upgraded because we're part of Mother Earth. Okay, so the what I'm referring to here, I'm talking about Chiron. Chiron is the focal of the astrology that I'll be talking about today. So that if you go to listen to anybody else, that's the part you'll want to listen to. So Chiron has just come from Aries through to now Taurus today as we speak. Chiron is moving into Taurus, so we're at a 0 degrees, which is planting seeds. And Chiron, if you listen to astrologers, they talk about he's known as the wounded healer. And briefly, he is in the mythologies, Chiron is the teacher of the gods, the mentor to the gods. And he teaches, well, everything to realize your full potential. In the story, he is immortal and he gets wounded by a poison arrow. But so he has this wound that never heals, but he never dies because he's immortal. So that's why he's known as the wounded healer. And wherever he comes through your chart, there is a wound that the shadow work. There's a wound that you are unaware of that will come to the surface so you can look at it and heal it. It may be a big thing, it may be a little thing, it may be both, and it may be more than one thing. You know, it's a theme. It'll be Chiron and Taurus will be about your physical body. And I do want to say this is extremely exciting because it's the promise of a fulfillment of just like right now we are given new bodies. There's new frequencies coming in and it's literally changing your physical makeup. And you can use this astrology and the symbolism is so literal to just step out of the body that you're in, leave it behind, and just receive the new frequency body. And it's physical, a physically new body, healing long-term ailments, diseases, even things that doctors have said is impossible to heal. Those are all here under this astrology. Just receive it. And with Chiron in Taurus, Taurus is the physical senses, the physical body. So how do you affect this healing? Go into nature. Taurus is the body. Taurus is Mother Nature. How we say Mother Nature, that's Taurus. Okay? So step out and develop this dynamic relationship. Just be with nature, be with nature. Go, put your hands in the dirt. Smell the dirt, smell the leaves, listen to the trees, see the new colors. There's new colors coming in. Just open your eyes and just soft focus and look at the new colors that happen between you and the sun and play. But just be, but when you're out, don't be looking for interpretations. Just feel, 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 feel. Okay. Um, and this is a switch. If I could ask you to switch one thing in your vocabulary from here forward, every time that you're wanting to say, I think I am, change that to I feel I am. And that's a really, it anchors it. And Chiron in Taurus is about providing the anchor for all of these new frequencies and embodiment, embodiment, embodiment. So I'm trying to get people to embody the new frequencies that are in nature because we are nature. We are part of nature. And so those frequencies are affecting your body. So if you're aware of it and participating consciously, it flows much easier. And you can also decide what you want to anchor and develop your new roots. So, a solstice is a good time to root a new creative practice. Okay, so give roots to something that you've begun, preferably a little bit ago when we were talking about planting the seeds at Gemini new moon, right? So now you're nurturing those seeds that you planted, and if you're used to a garden, you always know you have that second chance to plant seeds. So if your first ones didn't quite take, then this is your second chance to plant those that next crop, and you'll still have your harvest in August. Okay, um, but the embodiment of the new frequencies, the embodiment of and it's not actually going to feel all that comfortable at first. It is exciting. You just feel all the fluttering and things, but you kind of don't. you're not familiar with those frequencies running through your body, so it's a little hard to anchor yourself. So just kind of float around in that until the days of standstill have passed, and then your roots will develop and develop, and you just sit in nature every day and just listen to the trees and talk and just feel everything. And the more that we embody nature, that's what people refer to as ascension. Ascension is truly embodying the frequencies that are around us. So please go into nature and do that through your senses. Clementine?
I was just thinking that Robyn was telling a little bit about shadow work, but this is going inward. So it's going into the dark. And I was thinking there are so many people afraid of going in the shadow. And I understand that the shadow has been made dangerous, but it's such a natural thing. I have a bright light there, uh, and that makes that the microphone has a shade on the other side on the table. There is always shadow when there is light. There are many people who say that when there is light, there is no darkness possible. There is no light without shadow. That they belong together as the plus and the minus, as the yin and the yang, as all those things. I'm looking outside, and in Western Europe we are in a heat wave. Everybody is looking for shade right now. So then the shadow is all of a sudden not dangerous, or so you can choose to stand in the light right now outside, but at this time it's not healthy. You want to go in the shade, and when I try to explain that shade, that darkness, a little bit. Perhaps even philosophical. Hopefully, I get there. Um, um, I call this darkness also the great mystery. And this darkness feels like emptiness, but it's pregnant of possibilities. But these are possibilities that are not coming in, are not manifested yet. They are still in the womb. It's still a seed. It's still not grown into the light. And in that great mystery, there lives also the field of abundance. What I also call the field of possibilities. And what you can do in the shade, in the darkness, in going inward, when you go in nature and feel that all inward work is, don't try to micromanage what you have to feel. Let that very pregnant feel of the great mystery that will decide, but it's your inner, so that great field of mystery knows exactly what you need. So don't try to think what you need. Let it come up, and then you can use the field of abundance or the field of possibilities, to see where the possibilities are. And what many people do at that time, they come with all kind of impossibilities. No, I have no money. No, the children, I have children and I don't have time. Oh no, my job, this. That all comes impossibilities. So what does the field of, or the great mystery do? Bye bye. Not this time. See you next time. It's gone. At that time, when you are still in the shade, in the darkness, you have to dream big. It is not manifested yet. It is still in dream time. You can also say that. But when I start to talk with dream time, it is the dream time that can build, but that is not manifesting. It is not putting in the light yet. So don't come with any impossible. Only come with possible, with solutions, with the way, what came out of the great mystery, together with that field of abundance or possibilities. Let it help you. Let it help you grow. It is intelligent. It knows way better than you do what is good for you and what you need right now. So um, uh, work with the magic from it. It is pure magic, and let that magic come towards your life again. And that is manifesting, and that is what it means to nurture your seeds, to going in the darkness, in the shade, to looking inside. Name it all kinds of names, but only then, when the field, the great mystery, the field of abundance, or as I call it, the field of possibilities, and you, it is and you, and it's a trinity, it's the working together, have found, oh, this is what I want to manifest, then it's the time to bring it in a light. But you first have to do the inner work, and yeah, what I say already, let the magic happen. What can not manifest at then, but what kind of ideas? Let's call it an idea, but it's way more than just an idea. And just let it. What's the word I'm looking? Like boiling up or something like that. Just let it come. It's like when you look at a dark soup that is boiling. Let the things that are what you can see, all those blob, blob, blob. See that as a seed for you, what you can plant, and you can go with the field of possibilities to see how you can do that. When you say, for instance, I want to buy a house, but you don't have at this moment income enough money to get a mortgage. So it's easy to say, no, I cannot buy a house. That's the last time you have said that. From now on, well, now everything, this energy you can put in Pachamama and therefore also in yourself. No, what you are gonna say right now is, I will find a way. I have no clue how, but I will find a way. And together in that big mystery, with the field of possibilities, the idea will come to, the possibility, the money, and I don't know how either, but it will come to you. And that magic happens. That is not only possible for some people, that is possible for everybody. Robyn?
Okay, thank you. I love that you're talking about great mystery. That's perfect. Absolutely perfect. So when you're in the great mystery and your field of potentials, possibilities, you said, it's about receiving, right? What you're describing is
Yes.
to receive. And this is exactly what Chiron and Taurus is. Now, Chiron brings us ancient masculine, and but it's not the outgoing, conquering kind of energy. The energy, the masculine that Chiron brings is energy that asks us to soften and open and receive. So in Taurus, that's going to be receive a new relationship with your senses. So like Clementine is saying, go into the dark mystery, put it in there, but then receive, allow, just allow. Don't micromanage, don't interpret, don't tell it how it's going to happen, and mostly don't doubt. Is when we start figuring out, well, I don't see how this is going to happen or that's going to happen. That's doubt. And then you're telling the universe you don't really want it. So leave it there, knowing it's going to manifest, because that's what the astrology is. And Taurus is all about, I love that you said this because we didn't talk about this. Taurus is money, resources, and your physical body. So all the things that Clementine just said are happening in the sky. It's all those energies are there to support everything you just said. And I do really want to make a point here that's massively important for those of us who have had a rather complicated and perhaps harsh, maybe even violent relationship with our physical body journey. This astrology is particularly potent. Whatever that was.
That is my job,
Potent.
not able to say a word. That's my job, not yours.
I did it well. It's potent. It's potent. Okay. This is a serious thing. So those of us who have had a rough time with our journey, getting to know our body and getting comfortable within our body, this astrology is particularly targeting us to heal, and release and let go and move beyond. So just know that that's instant, and it releases the trauma. I've seen a lot of things recently on Facebook. I mean, the other one on YouTube about releasing the trauma that's stored in the fascia. So I know there's a lot of focus on that. So if anybody is interested in that, that'd be a great thing to look up. It's very helpful. And it,
Per-
because I say,
Perhaps
because
it's
of the,
I can give a little insight of that. And when you talking about connective tissue, in the connective tissue, let me say it in my how I experience that as working as an osteopath. When I connect with my hands to the connective tissue from the client, I can tell the whole story of that client. And so it's a kind of blueprint from everything what happened to that person, the good and the bad. Yeah, I think that's enough for now to say about that. So fascia is a kind of connective tissue, and it's not only the fascia, but they speak the most about the fascia. I'm not going in there why that is, but so yes, the connective tissue remembers a lot. I'm sorry
Okay. Did you
for
No,
the.
I love when you add that. That was important. I like that. Thank you. Um, I'm just looking to make sure I have no oh, yes. So the other thing, it's as I started to tell you the story of Chiron, and this is why I like the stories because it holds so much symbolism. When you're running it through your left brain, you forget a lot. Well, I do. Um, s- uh, Chiron, I said, was immortal. And so the implications being of this particular astrology that we're experiencing right now is that the healing is forever. It's there's no end goal, and we're just the unlimited wisdom that we are embodying is what's healing and nurturing the new body. So I'm not even going to hold it as healing because we're stepping out of the old body and just, oh, yeah, do we want to do that visualization to end the podcast where we could just have people step out? Maybe?
We can do that, but I have no clue where you're talking about. Oh,
Okay.
that
Yeah, it's
that what I
yesterday when
did.
we were
Yeah, yeah,
talking.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Um, okay, so we're not going to hold it as healing anything because we're actually stepping out of that body that would need healing and receiving the new energetic body. So this is with Chiron asking us to soften, to open and receive that new body that has all the ancient wisdom codes, all the new frequencies that are infiltrating our planet and us and our entire solar system for real. And and again, embodying that wisdom is what people are trying to describe when they say the word ascension. So to sit, feel, be open, that's embodying the wisdom that's coming, and that is your ascension. Yeah. I do
Um,
want to ask you though, from a practical, and I'm sorry because we didn't talk about this, but let me just throw this at you. On when we do like fascia release work, should we do a detox after?
Depends what the reason is, what you're releasing, and
Okay.
um, a detox is a whole other story again. I see make people making gigantic mistakes with detoxing, and
Okay.
when there is a lot of, I don't have a better word, garbage in your connective tissue, then you have to start with a detox. Then you have, and not only that, you have to free all the ways that the garbage can be transported through your body, and the organs. What are the leading organs in uh, um, um, taking all that garbage with you? For instance, your liver. That's very important to do that first. When people have a lot of garbage, and garbage can come from food, that can come from emotions, mental, all kinds of nasty, dirty things can in your body. What can causes a lot of problem, like for instance, what I'm thinking right now is arthritis. When somebody has arthritis, what also is a connective tissue from the joints, so the connective tissue, what is around your joint, and um, when you do a diet, for instance, and a detox, it can be that the arthritis is gone. So yes, detox is important, but I tend to say, especially when I cannot look at the client itself, I cannot feel how much garbage there is in the connective tissue. Detox is something very powerful. And I don't want to sound dramatic, but there are people died because they were detoxing in the false way. So when you want to detox, do it gently. Do it. You don't need to be, when you start today, tomorrow ready. Please don't, and especially not when there happened a lot with you, and for instance, you uses drugs and drink quite some alcohol, and likes McDonald's a lot, and then also all kinds of stress. Please stop with one or two with those things, not with all. It can be that you get such a big hit in your face from the detoxing that's not healthy either, or it's worse. It's eating McDonald's is at that time healthier than stop with it. And let me interrupt you for a few seconds from the future. I think it's important that I am clear, because we speak about toxins. If you want to do a detox the right way, your body first need to be able to eliminate all these waste products. If you're not sure about this, I would not recommend doing a more aggressive form of detox. What you can do instead is make sure that no additional toxins are coming in. So focus on eating healthy and make sure you're not continuing to add more emotional waste. Thank you, and back to the podcast. Where I constantly in everything I said is walking around a little bit is the cell memory. Every cell, and especially connective tissue cells, have memory. Have memory how the origin was, and has also memory how when we are talking about a trauma, doesn't matter if it's emotional or physical. It had also, as so for instance, when you want to step out of that old body, that traumatized body, your cells have memory. And when you don't give it the right feeding, the right energy, I mean with feeding, then the cell will remember, because that was closer in time, the last way it was. So that was the traumatic way. And it will go to that. When you step out of your body and you feed it with the right energies, and you feed it with trust, and you feed it with um, um, playfulness, joyfulness, with the beauty of life, enjoying nature, all kinds of things, then it starts to remember the original way again. And so don't take it too literally that stepping out of the old body into the new body, everything is gone. Feel everything what is happening, and take it with the best high frequency energies, and you will feel the change. Some changes can be immediately, but when you, especially old traumas that are sitting there for 20, 30 years, don't expect them to change in an instant. That is physically impossible. It that every cell needs to find its origin way again. And the higher your frequency is, the quicker and easier it goes. And as Robyn already said, don't be scared or don't hold back by things that doctors say is impossible to heal. I can talk about that, about my personal experience. I'm not going to tell everything. I'm just telling part of it. My spinal cord is quite severe damaged. There was no feeling at all in my right hand. So there was a hole in it, not complete through, but a hole. And by energetic work, I have feeling again in my heart. Not always nice feeling, but it's working again. And there are again nerve tissue what is growing back, what is helping my hand that becomes a normal hand. And what Robyn was talking about what we did yesterday is out stepping out. Before that, the radiation in my arm went almost viral. It was nasty, but I felt something is happening there. So I'm inviting that. And at the end of the stepping out of the old, all the radiation was gone. I'm not gonna explain everything what's happened. I will do that, but then in a kind of course when you want to have a course, let me know. I will make one. But um, 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 as I said when I was talking about the great mystery, magic happens, and also the physical body that can be. Oh, and now I'm talking about my experience with working with clients. I cannot tell you how many magical things as what when you look at it in the way like classical trained doctors speak about, that is just impossible. But I cannot tell how many times magical things happened. Robyn?
I am ready for, oh no, one last thing. Ways that you can facilitate this other than the visualization that we're going to leave you with. Walk out into nature with reverence, with wonder, bring offerings, flowers, chocolate, spirits, and gratitude. But honestly, the most powerful right here at this particular solstice is to be present. Just be present and receive, feel every moment. Yeah. Okay. I think that's it.
Nice.
Checking the notes. What did I write? Embody old wisdom. It's our inheritance. That's a good one. Okay. I'm ready for the visualization. Do you have anything else to add?
No. I'm
Okay.
ready too.
Okay. I will lead this one. I think you did the last one. I'll do this one. Okay, so we're going to sit with our spine straight, both feet firmly planted on Earth, on Mother Earth, on Pachamama. Okay, you can have your eyes open or closed. It is up to you. If you've got your eyes open, may I please suggest soft focus so you're looking with your third eye? Okay. Take a deep breath in, goes all the way, fill your belly. Hold it for 4. Release for 8. One more time. Inhale for 4. This time hold it for 7. And release with 8. All right, and I would like everybody to visualize stepping outside. Look down and see your feet touch the earth. Take your shoes off. Step out into the grass and feel the grass on your feet. Feel the warmth where the sun meets the grass. Feel the heartbeat of Pachamama coming up through the bottom of your feet. Feel the breeze coming across your body, blowing through your hair. If you look in the distance, you'll see a body of water. It may be a lake, it might be a brook, it might be a river, and it might be an ocean. The sun is shining and you can see all the water spirits dancing. Walk towards that water. Listen to the sound that the breeze is bringing to you. Feel it on your body. When you step on the earth, step toe, heel, toe, heel. Go very slowly, go very on purpose. And you're still walking towards the water. What are you hearing? Are you hearing birds? Are you hearing insects? Is there an animal present to bring you some wisdom, some medicine? And keep stepping towards the water. Each time you step towards the water, part of your old body stays behind. And Pachamama is absorbing that body. And you keep walking. You stay in your light body. Keep walking toward the water. Gently walk toward the water. Place your feet gently on Pachamama. And receive, with each step, receive those new frequencies. Receive the new love Pachamama is pulsing through her heart to our heart. Receive and let that come up and swirl around your spinal cord all the way up. Feel it come up behind your heart, all the way up through your head, and let it come straight up through. Don't stop in your head. Let it come all the way up through. So you get all the light from Pachamama coming up, pulsing through your feet, all the way up your spine, all the way through your head, all the way up to Grandfather Sun, and keep stepping towards the water. And each step, more and more of those dense frequencies fall away. And you just allow them to fall. No judgment. Don't even name them. Just notice that it's falling away. And how do you feel? How much lighter do you feel? Is there an anticipation starting to grow? There is a new you that's not quite familiar just yet. Just allow that to settle. And this time when you take a step forward, step right into the water. And walk right out into the middle of the water until it covers your head. And then you're going to receive from water, the sacred water. She's offering something to you that will nurture and hold you strong in your new energies. When you receive that, then you turn around and you walk back to the edge of the water. When you turn left. Walk to the edge of the water, turn toward your left again, and face the sun on the water. And say thank you. And just receive that life force. Now turn one more time towards the left, and we're going to walk back to where we came from. As you walk back where you came from, there's a new breeze. It's whispering new songs. And as you look at Pachamama, Mother Earth, everywhere that you left parts of your old body, something new has sprouted. Maybe it's a flower, maybe it's a bush, maybe it's something we don't know what it is yet. Just notice what you had inside all along and receive and accept the new frequencies also contains mystery, and welcome that mystery. You walk back to your safe place, turn to your left one more time, and thank Mother Nature for all the gifts and all the wisdom. Blow her a kiss, put a smile on your face, and open your eyes when you are ready to come back.
Dang, it felt like I was doing that with a whole group of people. I was waiting on them. Oh God. Wow.
How'd that feel?
Yeah, what pure magic, pure, really, really beautiful. Really, I have no words. It sounds a little bit cheesy as homecoming, but it's a part. It's not completely home yet, but it feels like where it is for that the old me or the old body relief. I think that's the best word to describe. So that letting go of the old body gives a lot of relief, a lot of weight in all kinds of ways. Weight is gone, or not gone already, but it's lighter. It's way lighter. Really nice. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. So then, because you said that, it's a really good point. Physical takes a little bit to catch up with the energetic. So what we did, we put our energetic grid, our energetic body in place to receive the new physical body. So yeah, the physical body's not going to change right before your eyes, mostly. So stay focused on that feeling of how feels so much lighter and that you felt the density fall off. You really can feel the release of the density, huh? I love that part. Um, and if you stay focused there, your physical body anchors faster instead of looking in the mirror and go, "I don't know, that's still there." Well, yeah, because it's physical, but it does catch up if you don't
It's
remain
still
focused
there.
on absolute physical. It's still there. I still have a body. Okay. Is that for today then?
That is it for today. Um, Again, like always, thank you very much till listening and looking till the end. We comments, but also likes, and when you want to subscribe, that's of course also welcome. Questions, everything. Have a nice week, and we see you next week with our new podcast. Bye bye.
Happy solstice.
Happy solstice, of course.